Hello, Mr. Bledsoe. This is Lauren Rogers from your first block, CC Math 2 Honors, and this is a video on graphing quadratic functions. So one of the steps of graphing quadratic functions is first you have to factor it. And to factor it, you mainly figure out what the zeros are, where the parabola hits the x-axis right there on the graph. So the 2 points where it hits the x-axis. And to do that, I prefer using the diamond method. So first, you have to figure out what adds up to 8 and what multiplies to 15, so two numbers. And in this case, those two numbers would be 3 and 5. 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 plus 5 is 8. So then, you distribute the x to the inside of each of them, x plus 3 and x plus 5. So that's how you factor that. And then if you want to find the coordinate points, then you set it equal to 0, and then solve. So x plus 3 equals 0. You subtract the 3 from both sides, which leaves you with x equals -3. So that's your first point where the parabola hits the x-axis. And then you set x plus 5 equal to 0. Subtract 5 from both sides, which leaves you with x equals -5. So that's how you factor it. Next, you graph the 2 points on the graph. So, -5 and -3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3. So those are the 2 points where the parabola will hit the x-axis. The next step is finding the vertex. The vertex, or the minimum of the graph, is where you have the parabola right here, and you find the lowest point, which is the minimum. Minimum and vertex are the same thing, but vertex applies to minimum and maximum. But minimum is when the graph is facing like this. Maximum is when the parabola is like that, and the maximum would be right there. But we have a minimum graph, so we're going to find the minimum, or the vertex, of the parabola. And to do that, first you have to graph it and put it into your calculator. To find the vertex, or the minimum, of a graph, the first step is to press second trace, and you scroll down to number 3, minimum, and press enter. Then you find the left bound of the parabola, which is in this case right there. Then you find the right bound, and you guess. The minimum is 4, -1. So now that we found the minimum of the graph, we now can figure out how to graph the entire parabola. So it will look something like this. And that's how you graph a quadratic function.